like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.
If the content on this channel has helped you or opened your eyes to the realities of cults or domestic violence, please consider supporting this work. This channel is not monetized, but your donations help me keep creating and reaching those who need it most. You can send support directly to my Cash App. It's on the screen now. Thank you so much for being part of this mission.
Still down with the foolishness, wasting your life, meanwhile he's got life. Stuck in the cycle, it cuts like a knife.
Greetings, peace to all the gods here in Chance the Opportunity. I have a reflected light message from God himself. This Jesus character is the Antichrist. Yep. I say he's the Antichrist because of facts and historical events that has taken place, which proves that Jesus is a made-up character by the European to enforce slavery on our people and to change our minds from understanding who God truly is and seeing the God within ourselves, and so even recognize.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but if Jesus is a made-up character and, a fictitious thing that the European made up to enslave black people and keep us sleeping, why does Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief, life in prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, continuously use the Bible? Can you answer me that, Zoka, a.k.a. Jayon Marie Hamilton, a.k.a. Kyrenda Carter? Can you please explain that? I'll wait.
Minds from understanding who God truly is and seeing the God within ourselves, and so even recognize God coming back for his people and change the image into a European long nose, straight hair being, when in reality God is black. If God was to come back to a people, what people would God come back to? God will come back to the oppressed, those that have no hope, ignorant, dumb, deaf, blind, no type of God for them to look towards to. If God was to come back to a people, what people will God come back to? God will come back to the oppressed, those that have no hope, ignorant, dumb, deaf, blind, no type of God for them to look towards to. And if we take a look into the globe,
now that just go crazy to me. That goes crazy to me. I just realized something, y'all. Zoka and the rest of Team Too Much consider themselves as being oppressed, ignorant, dumb, deaf, and blind. Clearly, they consider themselves to be that. And in a way, it's kind of accurate. They are being oppressed by Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Chief, life in prison plus 10 years without the possibility of parole. They are ignorant, for sure, because they're ignorant of the fact of their oppressor. And I wouldn't say that they're dumb. I'd rather use the word like easily led. Deaf? Absolutely, because there's been plenty of people on Beyonce's internet telling them that he is a false prophet. He is a con man. He is using and abusing you. Get away from him. Blind? Completely. And I believe that at this point they have put on their blinders, because if they really open their eyes, they would realize how much time they've already wasted.
God for them to look towards to. And if we take a look into the global scale of religion, we see that Asians have Buddha. We see that Indians have Krishna or Shiva. We see that Europeans even have Jesus because the images all represent and show themselves in the image, right? Yet for black people, who do we have? Questions. Exactly. From the knowledge that we are under right now, we wouldn't have one. But black people are so lost and confused, and John 1:11 prophesied already, God came to his own and his own knew him not. This is who our Christ is. This is who our guru is. This is who our Christ is. This is who our guru is. Yet we have been so tainted with false knowledge and false perceptions of who God is and how God will come back. We think God's going to come back in a white robe as a white man with white clouds and white angels surrounded by him and going to come help you and take you to heaven. That's not the reality of the situation here. If we think back of the past, which reality...
You know what, y'all? The craziest thing to me is how they always get on Beyonce's internet and say, we think, we feel, we perceive God to be a white man. We, like they speak in French. First of all, I'm Jamaican, and I'm sure there are other Jamaican people who follow me and probably were raised similar to how I was raised. I wasn't raised with the picture of the white Jesus hanging in my house. I wasn't raised to, associate that historical photo with my savior, my higher power, the creator of all things. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised that way. So when they say that, it just like, it just definitely confirms to me that what is happening to Team Too Much is that they are stuck in a group think loop. Okay? Whatever Nature Boy tells them to believe and think is what they believe and think. They are no longer thinking for themselves. I think they've all stopped thinking for themselves a long time ago. You know what I mean? Because he was able to get deep down into their minds and just scramble it all up with this trash and this garbage. But Team Too Much, if you're checking out this video, can you please do us a little favor? I'm going to say like us Babylonians who are in their lower selves, as you guys would actually, perceive us to be. Can y'all stop saying we? Because y'all not talking about us, okay? Y'all not like us in my Kendrick Lamar voice.
The reality of the situation here. If we think back of the past, which reality, let me give you a reality check real quick. The past, present, and future are all connected right here and right now. It's not no past in the past. It's not no future in the future. It's all concurrent right here and right now. But let's talk about Yahshua. Yahshua's image and voice and name and words was all tainted and changed into this fictional creature, this fictional thing of Jesus. So my people, we will never recognize God unless we recognize that this God that we're looking at in this Bible, that we're going to church worshiping, is the Antichrist. It's keeping you in a loop of reincarnation. Christians don't even follow the commandment that God said, love thy God with all thy heart, mind, and soul, and then love thy neighbor. Because the next day, they'll just go work for money, when God also said you cannot serve God and money. So who are you serving most of the time when you go to work for this dollar bill that says on the dollar itself, in God we trust? You see how it's a loop of...
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to finally show you some of the new channel merch. I've been wanting to refresh things for a while, and it just felt like the right time to level everything up. New designs, new energy, same community. Every piece you see here was made to really represent what this channel's about. Bold, fun, and unapologetic. We've got upgraded materials, cleaner looks, and a few items I've been keeping secret until now. There is a lot more coming soon, so stay tuned. This is more than just merch. It's part of the next chapter for the channel. So, if you've been rocking the old gear, thank you. And if you're ready for the new drop, it's available right now. Hit the link and grab yours.
You see how it's a loop of confusion and cognitive dissonance? Yet when we separate ourselves not only from the book but separate ourselves from the character and recognize that God has to come back and God is here and his name is Eligio the
Rapist and inmate.
His name is Eligio Bishop. His name is Nature Boy. And y'all might have labeled him as a cult leader, but if Jesus came back or Yahshua was back in his day and he was talking to all the governments and the people, and he was actually taking people away from their families, he was actually making people believers that he was God, he was saying, yes, I'm God, would he not be labeled as a cult leader, as a radical figure, as someone that was very controversial during the
I know you fucking lying together now. I know you fucking lying. Mama know? Jesus know?
as a cult leader, as a radical figure, as someone that was very controversial during the time? Yes, he would be. So think about Christ coming back in modern time. It's going to be exactly who Eligio is. Controversial, radical, having all these people from different various places of America come to him and say, you are the Messiah, you are God, I left all of my possessions to come follow you, my Lord. And that's exactly what you've seen. And then you saw him be publicly persecuted. And then you've seen his same disciples that used to say, yes, this is God, this is the kingdom of God. I'm proclaiming that Eligio is Christ and that he's the Messiah. In return, he's telling us to go back to nature, stop working for money, get back in tune with the environment that we live in, which is nature. And then turn around and then be the ones that handed him over to those that are trying to stop a rise of a black Messiah, COINTELPRO. And you tell me if that's not the Christ return. You tell me by this next question that I ask you if this is not the Christ return. Where are you located in your body? Where are you located?
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but every time I hear them ask this stupid question, I just sit there like they're not serious. Because number one, your body is simply the holder of your soul and your spirit. And this particular question, after hearing them ask it so many times, and the reasoning behind them asking it is to try to confirm that Nature Boy is the return of the Messiah, is even more ridiculous than the question itself. But because these people have relinquished their soul and their spirit over to him, they believe with no uncertainty that he is the return of Jesus Christ. And it's sad. It's very, very sad, because Zoka, a.k.a. Jan Marie Hamilton, a.k.a. Kyrenda Carter, could have been. I don't know exactly what she could have been or what she could have done with her life, but I'm almost certain that it would have been better than this.
Where are you located in your body? Where are you located in your body? Or even this question: what lights up your dreams? Shall we cue in the Wheel of Fortune music again? Yes, let's do it. Did you get the answer? Well, first off, let me tell you that you are in the mind of God. You are God's imagination. Because in the beginning, it was nothing but darkness, the void, nothingness. Yet encompassing all of nothingness is the something, is the quantum field of infinite possibilities, is the Akashic records, is a wave of infinite possibilities. And from that came thoughts, awareness, and it
Hey everyone, I'm so excited to finally show you some of the new channel merch. I've been wanting to refresh things for a while, and it just felt like the right time to level everything up. New designs, new energy, same community. Every piece you see here was made to really represent what this channel's about. Bold, fun, and unapologetic. We've got upgraded materials, cleaner looks, and a few items I've been keeping secret until now. There is a lot more coming soon, so stay tuned. This is more than just merch. It's part of the next chapter for the channel. So, if you've been rocking the old gear, thank you. And if you're ready for the new drop, it's available right now. Hit the link and grab yours.
And from that came thoughts, awareness. And it also says in John 1 verse 1 that in the beginning was the word. Yet before you can even have a word, you have to have a thought, right? So God thought itself into existence through awareness, through consciousness, through light. And that's what lights up your dreams, is thought, the mind. So we are all in the mind of God. So we are all in the mind of God.
I ain't even finna hold y'all, but look into her eyes. Look closely into her eyes. Doesn't it look like something is missing? She looked like that guy from that movie Get Out, don't she? Listen, y'all, like, for real spill. Like, this is a time for us to take a look and really analyze. Look in her eyes. Do you see anything there?
We are all in the mind of God. We are all in God's dream. If you break down what the word thought is, let's do it. So look up the word thought. You're going to get an idea, opinion in one's mind. Then we look up what an idea is. Idea is a mental image of a conception of the mind. Conception sounds like birth to me. And when if we look up image, it will say a visible picture or imagine. And we all know what imagine is. Imagination. That's why we are in God's imagination. So as we break down our minds, right? Our brains and how we're able to see this world. If we're in God's imagination, why does everything feel real? Everything feels real because of our five senses. Taste, touch, smell, hearing, and sight. So those things are allowing us smell, hearing, and sight. So those things are allowing us to experience this world from a subjective experience. And I say subjective because your brain is in darkness, but it's telling you what this whole world is looking like just because of electrical signals sent to your brain. But your brain is in darkness. So what is in darkness telling you what it looks like, feels like, tastes like, and smells like? That sounds like it's a dream, a simulation for us to get out of, or for us to recognize who the dreamer is so that we can find a way out. So yes, in reality, we are in God's imagination, and this is a dream simulation, a game for us to recognize that we can see who God is, who the programmer of this reality is, who the programmer of this reality is, because if not, you're gonna just be working your tireless job from 9 to 5 all day, working for money, but really you're not even working for money, because you're working for free, because everything you do you're giving back to the bank, and you're going against your whole heart and truth, because you don't want to do that. You don't want to work the job you're working. You want to be free. You want to express yourself freely. You want to be bound by no limitations, and you want to really connect with God. All these rich people get money, but then they say, I want to connect with God. Where they go? They go to the East, into Middle Asia, to figure out and sit with a guru for hours like this. All these rich people get money, but then they say, I want to connect with God. Where they go? They go to the East, into Middle Asia, to figure out and sit with the guru for hours like this. But God comes back.
But Zoka, aka J.L. Marie Hamilton, aka Kyrenda Carter, according to y'all's logic, you and the rest of Team Too Much, Nature Boy is God. So why all these rich people not going up to Macon State Prison to sit like that? Why they not going up to the prison? I ain't sugar honey iced tea, y'all.
And sit with the guru for hours like this. But God comes back with a truth so invoking to our spirit that it moves us out of the system of ignorance. Out of the system of ignorance, but into our true divinity, into the kingdom of God, which is the mind of God. Adapting God's mind and being one with God. That's heaven. Constant communion and sharing of intimate feelings of thoughts with God, which is the mind of God. Adapting God's mind and being one with God. That's heaven. Constant communion and sharing of intimate feelings of thoughts with God. But you're not doing that in our low. Feelings of thoughts with God. But you're not doing that in our lower self. We're constantly thinking about which bill to pay for, how am I going to eat this week, what hospital should I go to take my baby, what hospital should I go to take my baby. We're not thinking about
Zoka, aka J.L. Marie Hamilton, aka Kyrenda Carter. It is okay for you to think about baby love. It is not you being in your lower self. You were not given enough time to grieve the loss of your first child. So don't sit up here and allow Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, to make you feel like you grieving the loss of your firstborn child is a demonic or lower self-thought, because it's not. And for those of you who are new to the cult by the name of Carbonation, led by Nature Boy, please know that this young lady was pregnant, carried a baby full term to delivery, and the baby was born stillborn. According to the child's father, Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Chief Life in Prison, plus 10 years without the possibility of parole, fed her alcohol on multiple occasions. In some instances, he forced her to drink alcohol, which ensured that their child would not make it. Even prior to her going into labor and delivering her baby, a girl that they planned to name Baby Love, Nature Boy publicly and repeatedly referred to her unborn child as a demon.
Should I go to take my baby? We're not thinking about things of God. We're thinking of things of our lower nature. And that's what bounds us to hell, is our desires. our 7 deadly sins. And I'm telling you right here and right now that God has returned his...
This is my girl. She's about to leave because she's mad. She's emotional. She's getting emotional because we're doing what she's supposed to be getting it together. And she's like, I give up. I don't want to do this no more. And I'm, counting. So I'm like, hey, shut up. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I hugged her. And when she's like, no. 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 And I'm like,
Let's define the word no. It means a negative answer, a refusal, denial, or disagreement. Example, do you want to have sex with me? No. At its core, no expresses negation, refusal, absence, or denial, one of the most direct ways in English to set a boundary.
That's his confession. Yes, when he sat with the police in DeKalb County, this is what he had to say. His confession. Yeah, he said that Janae said no, and Janae said she said no as well. His confession. If he had to tell it, then he definitely told it all. Damn near laughed when I heard the recording played in court. I don't know about Team too much, but Eligio Bishop is doing life in prison.
His name is Eligio Bishop. He is locked up for false charges and he will be freed. And we need to all recognize who God is. And this is just the first of many. He's not a
Think flying first class is only for the rich and famous. Think again. Welcome to Frequent Flyness, the YouTube channel that shows you how to fly in luxury without the luxury price tag. Whether you're into points and miles, flight upgrades, or secret booking hacks, this channel will break it all down step by step. Travel smarter, fly better, spend less. Subscribe now and learn how to turn coach prices into first-class experiences because you deserve the window seat and the champagne. Subscribe today. Don't miss your upgrade.
And this is just the first of many. He's not a cult leader. He's not a radical gangster. He's not a thug, but he is God. So get those negative connotations of the black man out and bring it back to the original state of the black man and black woman and black child, which is God.
The next time you buy an airplane ticket, just ask for an upgrade. Pay a little extra money to fly first class. What it does is it conditions your mind. Once you get in first class and you see how wide the seats are, everybody get a washcloth, they got a menu, you get to decide what you want, all the drinks is free. Once you sit in first class one time, the next time you get on the plane, it's very difficult to walk past them seats. And then your mind starts thinking of ways to get back to first class. And guess what? That's what you start attracting to your life. And you start behaving and producing stuff to get you back into first class.
The return of the Christ would be someone that is rebellious against the current system, the current religion, the current mindset of society. And what does that look like? Everybody around here is a Christian and believes that Jesus is Christ. Everybody is working a job, a 9 to 5, working for money, when God said that you cannot serve God and money. The spirit of Christ, I think that's what we have lost our connection with. Christ was a rebellious. He was an authoritative figure. He said, you are the devil's children. Your father is the devil and a liar and a deceiver of these things. And you are its children because you do what it's doing. You don't know God because you don't know me. I came walking and telling you that I'm God. But you don't even follow the commandments and the teachings that the before prophets have taught you. You see, the Christ is going to be hated, and the most hated black individual that I see, because we all know the Christ is going to be black. We all understand this. I don't know if you don't know that the Christ was in Africa, where the sun has its UVB and has heat over 90 Fahrenheit consistently throughout the year. And so for you to understand that the Christ would be a melanated man, because in those realms of Africa, you have to have dark skin to even be accepted by the sun. Any other race will be rejected by the sun. And don't talk to me about, no, it's Middle Eastern. Middle Eastern was not even a title back in those days. So as we know, the Christ will be a melanated man. And the melanated man is the most oppressed, the most neglected, the most ignored, the most feared individual on the face of this planet. So we understand that he will be a black individual because the most oppressed people are the black people. We are the people with no land, no culture, no God that looks like us, no flag that we can call our own, that we're united in. And so, well, as we know these two factors that are very important, he will be a melanated man and he will come for the black people. The one melanated man that I know is hated by most black people because he came as his own. His own did not know him. They knew him not. So the one that I know and I follow, and I know that is the Christ, is Eligio Bishop, Nature Boy. The one that everybody loves to hate. Nature Boy! But I love him because I know that he's the Christ. I know that he's the Messiah. I know that he's the truth. The blueprint for all y'all outside talking about a tree. Yeah, that's 3. So get me this. The Christ is the most hated because what he came to bring was a word, a sword that cut through the illusion of life that you're living and you're comfortable in. And when he speaks, it convicts you and rattles up your spirit. And these ancient ancestors that have been programmed by white supremacy are irritated because it's like having an alarm clock go off when you're sleeping. You don't want to wake up, but you got to wake up. It's time to wake up and realize that life is a dream. And you're not woke until you realize that we're in God's dream. And God is the great mother Lucia Isis, and her son has come with the message. Because you can't hear the tree talk to you. You can't hear the rivers talk to you. You can't hear the sun talk to you. You're not even connected barefoot to the earth so the earth can talk to you. Your food is genetically modified so your food can't talk to you. So God and Christ will come through. The Messiah will come through a black melanated man because that's the highest frequency of melanin to come talk to y'all niggas. And so he can speak to you through what? A cell phone, because we are all members in the body of God. We are all cells in the body of God. All having a certain position and role, but we're being distracted from that fact. So the Christ came with the divine message to have us elevate from this mental hell that we live in, where you have to pay for food, shelter, water. But it says, seek first the kingdom of God and everything else shall be added on to you. So why are you going to the bank to get you food or grocery stores to get you food? Yes, we think we have to live this way, but truly there's a whole nother world that this world on top of is operating from, which is nature. Honor thy mother. Go back to Mother Nature. Seek first the kingdom of God within. Go ground outside. Go cut out the noise and the nonsense and illusions that we are bombarded with, so many distractions that are programming your subconscious mind. Because y'all niggas is hard of hearing and hard-headed. Okay? I love myself. Peace to the guys.
And Black Child, which is God. And Eligio is coming back to bring that. I love myself.
Still down with the foolishness, wasting your life, meanwhile he's got life. Stuck in the cycle, it cuts like a knife. Makes no sense, it's all pretend. No jobs, no plans, no elevation. Yeah, you think you can lead the nation. He's not God. Chains that hold you tight, blind to the dark, pretending it's light. March for a name, but forget your own. Lost in the crowd, you refuse to go home. Preaching change, but nothing's new. A puppet string, they're pulling you.
hit that like button and feed Mr. First Name Olga a last name rhythm. Thank you guys in advance.